Magic Johnson is one of the best basketball players of all time, and there's no denying that he's managed to inspire a large number of players who are playing in the NBA today. Join us today as we go over how he managed to sign a $25 million contract extension despite starting out at only $460,000. So without further ado, let's get right into it. But first, a reminder about our brand new giveaway. We're giving away a PS5 with a copy of NBA 2022 and Madden 22. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple. First up, how good was Magic Johnson? Magic Johnson is widely regarded as the greatest point guard of all time. He's inspired millions around the world to pick up the game of basketball and is known as a big-time humanitarian alongside his fame as a sports celebrity. He was a franchise player for the Lakers during their golden age, and boy did he live up to the hype. Despite all that success, Johnson's career earnings are equivalent to what a player in the NBA these days would earn in a single season. It goes without saying that if Johnson was playing in the NBA today, he'd be earning well over $50 million a season. The best part is, it would only go up from there. However, he didn't let this stop him, as he went on to build one of the biggest legacies the world of basketball has ever seen. If there was a basketball version of Mount Rushmore, we're sure that Johnson would be right up there, alongside the likes of Jordan, Bryant, Abdul-Jabbar, and Bird. The man was a phenom through and through. When you take a closer look at his career earnings, you begin to appreciate how far the NBA has come when it comes to increases in their players' salaries. As we mentioned before, if the greats of the older eras were around today, they'd probably end up bankrupting their respective franchises, considering how good they were. Next up, let's check out his first ever season in the NBA. Magic Johnson started his basketball career by being the #1 overall draft pick in the 1979 NBA draft. Now, when it comes to draft picks, most of the time, they're a hit or a miss. But in the case of Magic Johnson, it was clear he was something special and that he'd come to make sure the Lakers achieved greatness. Sure enough, during his first season with the Lakers, he led them to win 60 games in the regular season and eventually helped them get through to the NBA Finals. It was here that both Abdul-Jabbar and Johnson were promoted by the Lakers to play in the NBA Finals. There's no denying the fact that they killed it. Magic Johnson put on a show. He annihilated his opponents on the court and made sure to help the Lakers seal the deal and take home the NBA title. He remains to this day the only rookie to have won a Finals MVP. His clutch performance in the Finals game allowed the Lakers to seal the victory. It was almost poetic. Given the fact that Johnson was able to perform so well in his first ever season playing with the Lakers, you'd think he'd instantly be offered the highest salary. However, that was far from the truth, and Johnson had to spend a few more seasons slaving away and proving his worth before he was finally given the bump in pay he'd been looking for. Coming up, let's dive into his first major bump in salary. Fast forward to the 1984-85 season, and we have Johnson finally getting the bump up to $1 million as he deserved all along. The Lakers were having an awesome season as well, as they had managed to qualify for the NBA Finals once again. Once again, the finals would be decided via a series of games between the Lakers and the Celtics. The series didn't get off to the best start, as the Lakers suffered a loss in the first game with a record 148 points. Somehow, Bird's Celtics managed to pull through and dog it out at the start of the series. However, the Lakers had a secret weapon up their sleeves in the form of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The man was in phenomenal form. At the end of it all, he managed to win the Finals MVP trophy and led the Lakers to another NBA title. Johnson wasn't lagging either. Considering this was his first season with a higher salary, the man was determined to prove how much of an asset he was to the Lakers. He averaged 18 points and 14 assists throughout the finals. Johnson, at this point, had proven that he was slated to be one of the best basketball players of all time, and he was only going to get better. At this point, there was no stopping Johnson from getting better and better. It was just a matter of sitting back and watching the legend of Magic Johnson unfold. Moving on, let's look at his 1985-86 season in the NBA. Now that Johnson had established himself to be one of the best, if not the best player in the NBA at the time, he backed up all of it by giving awe-inspiring performances back-to-back. He managed to help the Lakers get to the Western Conference Finals. That said, they were unable to get past the Houston Rockets, who ended their run for that season. Johnson was getting better and better, and no one was able to step up to him on the court. Even though the Lakers had been stopped this season, Magic would go on to make up for it in the next season by showing off a historic performance. He was improving at a rapid pace, and no one was able to slow him down one bit. The next season, Johnson's salary took a bit of a dip, and this fueled him to perform better. It motivated him in a way like no other. The following season, it was almost like the beast within had awoken and massacred his competition. This was the season when he won his first regular season MVP award and had a career career high in points. Throughout this season, Johnson managed to achieve unthinkable feats. The man scored the game-winning shot over Kevin McHale. This happened in Game 4 of the NBA Finals, which the Lakers ultimately managed to win, thus allowing Magic Johnson to take home his third Finals MVP award. The man was truly a legend. Next up, we've got to take a look at his 1988-89 season in the NBA. This season was arguably Johnson's best career in terms of the money he managed to earn during this regular season. It seemed at this point the Lakers had realized how valuable he really was. At this point, Johnson was a five-time NBA champion. The man might not have been the highest-paid player in the league, but he certainly was the best. Once again, he swept the league and decimated anyone who dared to step in his path. The man kept on breaking his opponent's ankles and draining buckets like it was nothing. He managed to win his second regular season MVP award with an average of 22.5 points and 12.8 assists. He was truly sensational to watch. He managed to lead the Lakers to yet another NBA Finals. It kind of seems like the Lakers were the only good team in the NBA, considering how they were managing to reach the Finals every other year or so. However, this time around, even though they were able to reach the Finals, they weren't able to win, as they were defeated by the Detroit Pistons. Coming up, how did playing without Abdul-Jabbar affect him? The 1989-90 season was the first season that Johnson would play without the comforting presence of the then-retired Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. As sad as he was, however, this wouldn't do much to stop him from dominating the competition. In reality, Johnson knew that all eyes would now be focused firmly on him, and he had to step up big time. He managed to step up in a big way as he went on to win his third regular season MVP award, and the season even managed to feature another double-double. He also had a strong rebounding effort. That said, the season would also come to be known as the season where the Lakers had their earliest playoff exit in 9 years. It seems like the first season the team played without Kareem Abdul-Jabbar really got to them, and they were kind of scattered all over the place as they desperately tried to figure out a way to be able to play the same as they used to, with the exception of having Abdul-Jabbar on their roster. Things definitely didn't end well the first time around. Moving on to his final season in the NBA, the 1990-91 season would prove to be his final season in the NBA. Even though it was his last, it didn't stop him from going out with a bang. We guess it helped considering he didn't actually know that it would be his last season playing in the league. The season had a few changes, starting with the Lakers getting a new head coach in the form of Mike Dunleavy. Johnson was also the third oldest point guard in the league at this point and needed to do everything in his power to make sure he'd manage to stay in his best form. Even though he was slower than almost every other player on the court, he managed to make up for it by creating more offense during half-court sets. Throughout the season, he managed to average a double-double and helped the Lakers reach the NBA Finals once again. However, this time around, he had Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls to face off against. With Scottie Pippen keeping Johnson in check, Jordan's Bulls managed to win the first of their next 6 championships. Finally, did Johnson live up to his contract extension? At the start of the 1991-92 season, Johnson underwent a physical through which he discovered that he had HIV. Naturally, due to the nature of the disease, he immediately issued a statement in which he said that he would be retiring immediately. He was also having a child with his wife Cookie, and thankfully it was revealed that the child did not have HIV. We think it's safe to say that the way Johnson played and the multiple championships he helped the Lakers win, they didn't pay him nearly enough as they should have. He was a one-of-a-kind player and will be treasured forever. Well, that's a wrap for this video. Do you think Johnson lived up to his contract extension? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one.